Hello everyone, this is a Greyshot 17 bringing another COH2 replay brought to you by, let's pull it up on the part, Martini. Thank you, Martini, for making this. And we also have Fatali, great names by the way, Stark, and oh boy, can't pronounce it, so we're going into the profile. Let's see what we got. What are we going to get? I don't get the reference. We have a Metal Gear fan over here, it looks like. So I'm going to just call you Metal Gear. How about that? That work? Nope. Yeah, we'll just call him... No. We'll call him Solid... No, Snake? Snake? We'll just call him Snake. Someone's in the comments going to be like, yeah, excuse me, his name is this? Whatever. Anyway, American, Soviet versus Wehrmacht, OKW, Edinburgh Station. Great 2v2, 3v3 close quarters urban map. Let's get started, shall we? In this map, and with this current engagement, I would actually this is going to be weird. I would give advantage, oh wait, never mind. I was going to say Soviet, because goddamn those conscripts are annoying. But, he went penals. He didn't go conscripts. Conscripts got the upgrade for better close quarters combat, and if you equip that with something like, I don't know, PPSHs, which he has in 2 of the 3 doctrines, he would dominate. But he didn't go that. Don't know why, but he didn't. Meanwhile, we have Solid Snake over here with Infantry Company, so he's going to focus more on artillery. Interesting. You got mortars, you got precision strikes, and you got some literal artillery to call in. Also, very interesting choice of barbed wire. Personally, I would go with demo, but unfortunately, because of the most recent stupid patch, I'm kidding, it's really good, that allowed the demo to be seen, it's not really good versus infantry, though. What you could do is place demo right here. They can't see it, and bing bada boom, it blows up. Nice job trying to cut them off, though. They can get a minesweeper to get through, but hey, at least you held the territory, and that's kind of a nice one to have, especially in a close quarters combat game with pioneers that are better in, once again, close quarters. Capturing some territory. Looks like we have smoke coming down. Oh wow, a lot of smoke. I'm assuming this on the MG. Kind of hold them back. Not a terrible idea. Again, gotta get close. The problem is what are you using the smoke for? Is it for the penal troop? Very close to throwing that penal charge. If you can get close, you could annihilate it, but unfortunately with the barbed wire, that might be harder to get close to it. He is firing on the right, so you could rush up, hypothetically. A lot of infantry in mid. A lot of Volk squads and whatnot. Riflemen moving on up. Do you have grenades is the question. Let's see. Doesn't look like it. Maybe you're upgrading for it. Penal's moving on in. MG now facing that the direction of most of the infantry. Throwing the satchel. Going out, but he lost the MG. So you're just hurting the building at this point. Still, at least you killed it. Moving up infantry. Again, enough firepower you can hurt an MG. But, alas. Enough firepower you can also push back some heavier troops like penals. Meanwhile, they're going to continue to battle it out over there. And I'm going to make the assumption that they will hold for the time being. Mortar's still coming down. Penal's still in the building along with Riflemen over there. They're pushing up rear echelon. And these guys, I thought they would have more. Oh, they're putting down the truck. Dude, I would put that down in a hurry because, oh boy, are the allies coming. So we have Fatali going special operations, so better infantry components, and the Command Panther. Might be a little bit... Well, actually, that might work in this because all the infiltration grenades could help with buildings. But we'll see how things go. Riflemen continue to push. I love that. Runs all the way around. Well, and will get murdered. Oh, will it live? It lived. Holy mackerel. I can't believe that. Very surprising indeed. Unfortunately, Fatali is suffering some heavy losses. He's bringing up a Kubel. Not exactly sure why. But hell, it's a Kubel, and I like Kubels, so I'll give it to him. Penal's unfortunately pushing back the Pioneer Squad, who managed to take the territory and push back the Allies. So while the Allies are pushing hard on the right, the Germans pushed hard on the left, although the Allies are slowly taking that stuff back. Meanwhile, we have the truck going down, which now the Allies know where it is because of the Riflemen, so that could be an issue if Penal start rolling on up and be like, hey, let's kill it. Which, speaking of which... Echelon opening fire on it, which is kind of hilarious. MG rolling up and taking some heavy mortar fire. The amount of mortars that these guys are bringing in is insane. Because again, 2 mortars close quarters with the Americans. Very deadly. And as you can see, the Germans are in disarray. Man, mortar hit the Kubel for Pete's sakes. Yeah, they need to pull back. And with all the mortars coming down on this medical truck, I don't expect it to last too long. We'll see if they can keep up the fire with now a German mortar counterattacking. They are very close, so this German mortar, along with its ability to counter barrage, should allow them to push this thing back, or the two mortars back, I should say. And again, they're not, and this is actually a good position because the building's kind of blocking some of the mortar fire from coming in and hurting the mortar itself. So that's really nice. Excellent mortar hit from the Germans, hitting a large chunk of the penal troops and causing an explosion from the red barrels. So very nice job in that regard. Volk squad's pushing on up, holding them back, at least for the time being, and keeping the munitions, not munitions, what am I saying, the normal point. Isn't that? No, munitions are on the right-hand side. I'm thinking of another map. And it looks like the Allies are enjoying that. Volk squads moving in with the SCG-44s, push back the penals, increasing their combat effectiveness close range, and should hopefully push them back. Mortar fire, again, spread them out, because they're so close, managed to push back both mortars and allow the Germans to gain a small advantage in that vicinity. Nice job with the minesweepers, just in case the Soviets, or again, I guess under the doctrine, the riflemen place down mines, and at least that's clear. Allies still have control of the left-hand point, but at least the Germans will now get mid, and I'm assuming they'll push on the right eventually, but oh yeah, they're just re-healing and reinforcing their Volk squads. We have, Stark going Soviet Shock Army. Once again, I feel like this could have been better with the start of conscripts instead of penals, because that's just me. I get maybe you want to equip them with shock troops to be like the best of both worlds. Oh, wow. Oh, there goes a penal squad. But, yeah, it's just, with this, you figure especially right now with the conscripts being so good close range, that equip this and, oh boy, they're deadly. But that's just me. Riflemen moving on up for a counterattack on the right. I'm guessing he's trying to stop the Germans from taking that. Soviets are now pushing harder on the left, and it doesn't look like there's much resistance, if any. Grenadiers are not going to be able to hold it off, but that mortar, my god, 15 kills! I don't know what they did to the German mortar, but this thing is murdering them. I mean, compared to the Allies, which I said were doing also really well, and it has 5 kills overall. Yeah, there's a huge difference. Fortunately, the Grenadier squad gets pushed back, but nice rifle grenade caused some damage, forcing another penal squad to pull back. And right now, the Martini has more infantry he can actually push forward, while the Soviet, on the other hand, has far less. He's getting more, but unfortunately, he's not going to be... If that mortar keeps coming down and hurting those men, he can't keep the assault going because he just doesn't have enough variety, where Martini has more than enough, and at least he's healing them too with this medical. I don't think the Soviet has... Oh, no, he got field medics. Just, he also has it. Oh my god, no. Okay, he got out of there in time. Okay, good. Mortar caused some damage on his own men. Nice job. Twice, for that matter. Twice. MG over here, but the penal troops through a satchel, just overwhelming them. Oh boy, very close to dying. Bring a satchel now on the building, and maybe retreat and hit it? Nope, goes out the front door, not the back. Not a bad idea. Retreating. We have for Kenworth over here along with a half-track. I'm assuming he's putting it here so that way he can put himself a flak half-track and kind of lock down this munitions point. Make sure the Allies can't come over here and take it back. Now I'm assuming another satchel's in the works. Yep, there it goes. Are you going to move it in time though? You will. Still barely alive. Yeah, you're not just focusing on it. And this is the big fear I had earlier. And, yeah, there goes the medical. Oh, boy, that's a kind of a big loss for them. Yeah, that's a big loss for the Volk squads. Because now they can't reinforce, which means they have to pull back. And the Axis, unfortunately, have lost that battle. But they have inflicted some heavy losses on the Allies for right now. So the Axis aren't down yet. They've taken a loss, but at least it'll take a little bit of time for the Allies to come back. Meanwhile, the American is slowly preparing to counterattack with a large infantry force. Left-hand side with a half-track to reinforce on the front. Could help them out. quite a bit. Unfortunately, the Grenadiers on the opposite side of between that half track, and in between them is a bunch of penals which will tear either side apart if they try to cross. Half track trying to rush on in and meet up with the Grenadiers. Bold strategy, but luckily you can again have the MGs on both sides open fire. Once again, that mortar is tearing the Germans apart, and the Satchel kills himself, which is just a great job on his part. Great job on that suicide attack. Fortunately, he didn't, do much to help you out. Unfortunately, this mortar is about to get gutted, so there goes the 3-star variant. Oh, poor mortar. Just 3 stars. 3 stars! Volk squad moving on up. They do need some more frontline troops. Having 2 Grenadiers and 2 Volk squad, they need a little more, in my opinion. Half track also trying to move up into support, but alas, it's not really working. Grenadiers trying to help out. Unfortunately, though, the Allies do have a larger army overall, so Axis need to be kind of on the defensive and try to be very cautious on how it assaults and how many losses it's willing to take as well. We have a nice bar opening fire. Unfortunately, we don't have an upgrade. We don't have Grenadiers who are upgraded, unfortunately, which unfortunately is putting a huge disadvantage versus the American infantry with all those upgrades. Again, they have more than enough munitions for it, but yeah. Also, if you hear purring or meowing, my cat is literally on my lap next to my mic, so you might hear something like that. But in any case, she likes it when I do my recording. She'll come over and just hang out and just watch the screen like, oh, what's going on? Meanwhile, we have shock troops leading the charge, throwing down a smoke grenade, very nice, blocking the MG's path and allowing all these penals with heavy explosives to just walk on through. There's one key issue, though, about all those explosives, and that's the inability to use them because he lacks munitions. So, could he use the Satchel and kill this right now? Sure. Does he have the munitions for it? Nope. So, all these troops are just going to be suppressed. It's going to suck for him, and he's probably going to lose shock troops, which he will. But, alas, that's what happens when you charge with an army that can't use its special ability to one-shot enemy emplacements. Again, good idea, good tactics, not great execution. Although, speaking about good execution, large counters on the right. Nice job on that part, Fatali. Managing to take over not only the right side, but knock out the ambulance. Grab an extra bit of fuel from that, and also take back the munitions on that side and the strategic point, allowing a nice little influx in resources to come to the Axis, kind of make up for the fact when the Allies had a large control of the map for so long. Oh boy, artillery field officer got a... Hello. The officer can be called on heavy mortar support, and his retain are armed with MP40s for short-range combat. I'm going to say they changed that. And I'm going to say they... Wait. Yeah, the cargo truck also changed. That's cool. I think it just changed the picture on there a little bit, if I want to say. Everything looks the same. They just... Yeah, the cargo truck definitely changed. But yeah, pretty much the same all around. Very cool. Again, the patch and the upgrade, I'm still finding little tweaks they did, and that's nice. But yeah, overall, I really do like this doctrine. Very helpful. I wonder if he can call... yeah, he can keep calling in. All right, cool. So he's just going to get more munitions and fuel, by the way, if you haven't seen that doctrine before. Oh boy, American mortar spam. Can't wait to see how this goes. Looks like MG is suppressing all this infantry coming on the flank. My God, stop with the blobbing. It's not going to help. Just point that out there. It's not going to help. You can keep trying. It just won't work. Oh, well, Sedan moving on through. Waiting for an ambush, I think? We checked Fog of War. He can't see it. I don't think he can. Oh, now he can. Mortar team's opening fire on the portable Sedan, waiting to ambush it. I'm assuming he was trying to throw a bundle grenade or something. But it just didn't work. Stark coming in as well, just overwhelming the Germans on this side. And yeah, even though the Germans have a majority of the map, they're about to lose a decent chunk from the two different groups pushing on the right. Yeah, don't move up your skirms. Just retreat. You don't want to waste any more of your men. You're not going to make it that far. We still have the German mortar. Well, German mortar's over here. Not that 3, but hell, it's over there. Fatali has a small army, though it's being utterly destroyed by the blobs over here. And again, I will say blobs, because they are moving act in 1. It's a dumb blob, by the way. There are 2 different variants that I consider, and again, this is just me. I know people consider them. They have multiple different classifications depending on the channel. A dumb blob is a person who uses all their units in 1 action. A smart blob is someone who's able to micro their blob individually, but still keeps them in close, compact quarters. So this would be a dumb blob. The fact they're all moving in 1 sync, you can tell he's just going like that and right-clicking to tell them where to go. Yeah, you can see this. They're all move right, or all move left, or all move straight. Not a bad idea for sheer firepower, but if an enemy's able to take advantage of it, you just won't be able to react. A smarter player will be able to use all their forces individually and allow them for better movement. Let's double check their ranks real quick. They are, okay, 1 is higher level at least, and these guys are decent rank. Again, this just means playtime. It's not like Overwatch, where I am so freaking close. Although, fun fact, I love it, and and a lot of people probably get this in games, where you'll see a high-level player, and he'll just shit-talk everyone else around him. Oh boy, we have artillery coming in, and satchel charges coming in from the smoke from the satchel. A smoke to satchel, by the way. And, yeah, this is going to be a huge loss. Oh, no. Nice job, by the way. That was actually a good strategy. Use the smoke, use satchel, and just in case, call in that American artillery to neutralize that enemy position. And that's pretty much going to force Fatali, in my opinion, to go mechanized. Now, you can say, Greyshot, why doesn't he go... why would he go mechanized? Why wouldn't he just get another half track? At this point, the Allies have such a good fighting position and good amount of infantry and just sheer ferocity and attack force that you need armor fast. And the quickest way to get good armor is not to put down the Panzer headquarters, because then what you're essentially doing is you're sacrificing 120 fuel to replace it and hoping that that survives long enough. It'd probably take, what, 4 turns? So, I'm sorry, 4 minutes. I'm thinking of something else. 4 minutes for you to get that stuff. Or, if you want something a little quicker, you put down the mechanized, that's, what, 50? And then you wait and get a King Tiger. And overall, that's 3 minutes? So, anyway, that's what I would do, in my opinion, because at least I would get a very good armored unit deployed and ready to go. Half track, burning the enemy. Beautiful. And there's the Oboe Blitz truck for you. So they spotted that, so I assume artillery's coming in. Nice job burning the infantry. And you can also take the LMG. So not a bad combo. Wait, I'm sorry. Were those LMGs? Did I completely misread those? Oh, shit. Wait, no. Is that bar or the LMG variant? I think that might be the LMG variant. I just misspoke. There's 3 weapons you can get from the weapon unrack. You have the bar. Yeah, that's definitely the LMG. Fuck. I thought you have the bazooka and the LMG. LMG is, unfortunately, you have to wait. You have to, like, position it so the infantry can't move. But it's very good at longer range. Bar is good at medium to close range. Well, this is, again, the opposite. We're medium to long. Bar is good on, like, mobile. But also, again, better if you stop moving. And the bazooka is good against armor. So just to put in perspective. Allies pushing back, most likely going to try to retake this point. I see no mines or anything. They should easily be able to take it, because there's really nothing stopping them. Germans preparing a counterattack over here, and looks like the Sturm officer coming over to help out. Diversion. Taking the lead, the officer will command his unit to draw fire to create diversion. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Again, new ability. Flamethrower doing its job and just burning him out of the point. So they actually have a tactic. You have an infantry there in the flame barrage, which pretty much just stop them. Nice idea with the satchels, thinking that they'll chase, but they just didn't. So that's not going to help. The heavier infantry, though, will pretty much tear the lighter German variant apart. And with the flamethrower there, yeah, they're not going to be able to reinforce. The flamethrower will do a lot, but now they have the PTRS rifles, which will tear this armor apart. So while the flamethrower is pretty damn effective, it just can't, the actual armored unit just can't sustain the fire. It's a glass cannon. It can dish a lot of damage, but it's very easily destroyed. Okay, Fatali, you went for option 3. You deployed a Command Panther. Not bad. Not bad whatsoever. So, essentially, he doesn't need the mechanized building. He just deployed the Command Panther. The reason why I thought a King Tiger would be better, because the Command Panther doesn't do as well against infantry than a King, but he wanted armor quickly, and that's actually kind of helping them out, adversing the Sherman and the Su-85. So, not a bad idea. Overall, Germans have control of all 3 command points, so that's a positive. And right now is actually going to be a very interesting scenario where we have a Panzer IV and a Panther. So again, we have some medium armor and more advanced medium armor. Allies have a medium tank, which is good against the Panzer IV, and a Su-85 that can long shot Panthers, but not really fight them close quarters. Again, keep the distance with this thing and it'll do you wonders. Allow them to close the gap, and the Panther is going to, well, tear you apart. Again, smart move though, having American, not just American, but pretty much infantry to back you up. Fatali is going a lot with these Obosudan. Very powerful infantry, but the problem I have with that is it's very costly. Those SG-44s make them pretty damn effective, but again, it's 400 manpower for initial cost, and then just think how much each individual man will take to reinforce. It's quite a bit. So, yeah, it's a gamble, but if you can start murdering the infantry and definitely dish out more damage than you take losses, it's worth it. Right now we have a priest, which on this map is actually kind of, well, annoying, because you could literally long shot the enemy base if you wanted to from not that far. Again, one of my favorite things to do is put artillery here and just start opening firing on the base, because it's morale. Yeah, he could artillery it, and probably will use a direct strike if I tried to use it in this scenario. But just think about causing the enemy as much havoc as possible. Having a constant artillery hit their base, just morale makes them just more, in my opinion, cause the enemy to be either more aggressive to try to neutralize the artillery, or just more bold and desperate as they try to figure out a way to push and beat the enemy back before they start losing their base. Fortunately, this guy is actually starting to use a smart blob tactic. He's individually controlling them, which is a lot smarter. We do have a teller mine here, which I can't wait for the armored... Oh, wow. Do we have a teller mine over here? Hold on. Flag of War will tell us. Yes, we do. That's a really good placement. Oh, no. Fragmentation bomb hurts his own men. Fortunately, Martini got some friendly fire on that one. While Fatali still has a large army, Martini needs to gain some more. He's putting down Oboe Blitz trucks, which are good, because again, that will allow him more supplies long term. But there is a catch, and I do want to kind of point that out. So we look here. Alright, Tiger, alright? Right now, I believe they have... I wonder if they still have the system that for deployment. It looks like maybe not. I feel like he probably wants to make this. Oh, here we go. Just in case to get some artillery, I would say. Again, the Heavy Panzer Corps, Brumbar would be very good here, or the Panzerwerfer. Panzerwerfer actually would be a lot better. And now, again, not everyone, not the Allies are not the only one using smart blobs. You can see here, or in dumb blobs. We can see here that the Axis are indeed using them as well. Which, again, it's just like, all right, cool, you're doing it. Let's just see who does it better and who keeps their units alive. Command Panther healing. Allies overwhelmingly taking over majority of the map with a lot of easy victories. We have bazooka teams opening fire on the Panzer IV, pushing them back. Oh, Sudan rolling on up, and it looks like the Allies being pushed back. But that being said, the Allies have control of at least one star. The other one's decapped, and middle is now going to be taken to the Germans, so no one's going to gain a clear advantage in points. Sherman, I think, using armor piercing. Yes, it is. And without the 50 cal machine gun, not going to do a ton versus the infantry. Again, you're trying to capture the point, but not really worth it. And by the way, I love, after all this time, Relic has now fixed the glitch with the Obosudan. You can see here, just kind of like standing there. It's a glitch that's happened for quite some time, but it's just hilarious because they just like scarecrows or something, warding off allied players from going near it, even though they won't do a damn thing. Right hand side, we have the Command Panther and an MG retaking that territory, so not a bad job. Also, armor piercing rounds. Dude, now would be the time. Hold back that blob. Oh, wait, did he do it? Yes, he did. Thank you, Fatali. Thank you. That is great. Armor piercing rounds should suppress the majority of those forces, and doing just that. Though we have a lot of armor moving on through, and this is actually the worst time with the cannon workers there. Though the mortar helped him out, taking out one with the armor piercing rounds, and the cannon worker. Come on! Nope, cannon worker lost sight. They're dropping Sherman. Very smart play, dropping smoke. I haven't seen that in quite some time. I don't think I've seen that. Yeah, it's been a while, I would say. Nice move, dropping smoke to allow the infantry to move on forward. This American player really likes his smoke gameplay, and I like that, because you rarely see it, but those who use it typically pretty damn well. And Metal Gear over here, definitely using it as well as he can. We have a Tiger tank over here, looks like pushing back the big old Soviet blob, and might be chasing him all the way back to his base. That could be a negative because of the Su-85s if they moved over. Could kind of pick him off, but looks like he is falling back. We still have Teller mines. If I was him, I would place the Teller mine here at this choke point. Kind of stop the allies from pushing through. Kind of like how this is a great position to place a mine because, again, that stops from moving up, moving over here, or even like in this general vicinity. I think moving back a little further would have been better, but hell, it's still a Teller mine in a great active spot if the allies want to push armor into the city. On the right-hand side, with the Shermans pushing back the Obel Sudan with an stolen MG-34, which is kind of funny because you could honestly just get a 50 cal machine gun. That would be way better, and has native armor-piercing rounds. Again, I highly recommend a 50 cal. It's really good. Underused in my opinion, but really damn good. Overall, let's double check the score. We can see here that the allies are losing, and the score right now in stars is tied. Overall amount of units on the field goes to allies by a landslide. Again, luckily I don't have to do math. It's just upper 50s for the Germans, but the allies, look at this, they're in the upper 70s. Yeah, that's a huge advantage, and one that the Germans need to rectify soon. Where's the artillery hitting, by the way? Just over here? Okay. Weird positioning when you can have the artillery hit the MG building. Maybe it is hitting this region, it's just missing, but I don't know. But that seems to be way off, because he seems to be hitting over here, when this would obviously be the spot you want to hit with that building. Looks like they have that Sternvik strike coming in. At which angle? Oh, on the right. Very nice. There it is. Oh, that looks great. Strafing the building. Unfortunately for him, it's still a heavily armed building. Wait, is that 2? You now get 2? An IL-2 Sturmovik. It doesn't say 2. Holy shit, they increased it. They've added 2 planes. That's cool. Once again, I'm learning more and more things with this patch, which is just great in my opinion. Sternvik strike, though, doesn't do much against the Tiger. Oh boy, almost saying my screen. But we have a large allied push, and pretty much any armor through this composition is not going to do well. Command tank kind of pinned. Needs to get the fuck out of there before the Su-85 decide to, well, tear it apart. Good idea with the blitz. And you can get out of there. Can the Su-85 get a target on it? Oh, nope, misses. Dude, keep running. We have a flank with the Tiger, but Sternvik strikes hurting the infantry. And Tiger opening fire along with the Panzer IV. Luckily on the flank and the Su-85s are more concerned with the mechanized building, which again, for him, constantly using those. Too much AT with the Jackson and 3 Su-85s. Oh boy, Stuka strike missing target as well. Tiger needs to pull back and blitz out of there immediately. Su-85s chasing him down. AT gun even getting a nice hit in there. I love how these penal troops look like they're charging, but they're actually retreating. It's just the path they choose is this way instead of maybe this way, which would probably be safer. But that's me. Tiger Tank still falling back with Jackson at 285. Han on its heels. Panther could deploy itself, but cannot take another hit, so I would not risk it. Unfortunately, though, with the chasing it all the way down, another armored unit enters the fold, along with a nice 8 for Kenwerfer, and Jackson still trying to go in for the kill. We have some type of airstrike coming in on that. I'm assuming it's a artillery barrage. Panther trying to go in, but unfortunately, Tiger loses it. Jackson, although, loses it, but again, that's a victory for him because he took out Tiger. For Kenwerfer gets knocked out, so at least that strike took out something. Right now, oh boy, we lost a Panther. Germans are, whew, they lost a lot of armor in that push. Not saying the Allies didn't lose a lot either, but yeah, the Allies were in a situation where they didn't have to. Like, the Allies had more men, so if they would have taken losses, it's like, okay, that evens it out. The Germans losing it, that's some critical supplies you couldn't really afford to lose. And I would quickly expect the front line to go to the Allies very soon because the Axis just don't have the resources and the men that the Allies do. Right now, their only advantage, right, is the double Stuka, but with very low overall on actual doing damage, it's unlikely that's going to change the outcome of the war or this battle anytime soon. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. Oh, well, Sadat moving on up, but once again, what's with this Stuka? Oh, never mind. I was like, why is it almost hitting those men? Nope, just goes for the riflemen. And also, those riflemen, I would have retreated, but nope, they got hit by a point-blank Stuka, and unfortunately, they didn't make it. And that looks like a dick. So I'm going to move away before YouTube censors me. Shock troops capturing the field of play. MG going back in that building, which it's been in like a majority of this game, which I guess they just don't care about at this point. But I would use my artillery, which, I mean, you have to neutralize that building if at all possible. We have a recon from a major going out, in case you're wondering what that is. And with it being, I'm assuming, no vet. Yep, we only get one. So if you get up to vet 1, you get more. Wait, at least I think you get more. When I say you get more. Increased duration recon flights. Rapid barrage. And yeah, it's definitely vet 1. Just making sure they didn't change that too. One shot from the artillery. Knocks out a 3-star MG. Very nice. And with that out of the way, pretty much infantry can roll on through with no regard. Nice teller mine, though. Hits the Su-85. Stops that from advancing. Panther on the right with Obel Sadat knocks out the MG. Unfortunately, the Blob's back in town, but the Obel Sadat unfortunately just can't take the fight. We have a smoke grenade going out. Looks like we have some type of airstrike. Oh, we have a strafing run coming in. Okay. That will suppress... There it is. That'll suppress the infantry, and maybe if the Panther's lucky, he can run them over. Or throw a grenade. Grenade works too. Stop them from retreating as fast and dish out some damage. I'm so wait, no, I'm sorry. Is that smoke or is that? No, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the well, it's the Sadat smoke, which essentially is a variation of white phosphorus. Command Panther rolling on up. It can take a few hits. Probably go kill the Su-85 if it's lucky. But then it needs to retreat immediately. Oh no, just retreat blitz. Ah, damn it. That was a risk. That was a gamble, and that did not pay off. Although the Panzer Grenadier shots, oh my god, so close. Pull back for the, I'm assuming a Cervix strike. Yep, there it is. Oh, just being torn apart. Soviet Air Force giving him no quarter and just unleashing hell on those troops, forcing them back. The Germans, I'll give it this, are still giving it a heck of a fight, and they are definitely doing more charges and more assaults than I think they would be capable of at this point. But right now, they do have an army that's substantially lower. Like, the largest army they have is equal to the smallest army the Allies have. So, just to point... Nope, never mind. Not even equal now. So, yeah. Now, again, the Allies should capitalize on this and probably capture all the command points. But we'll see what happens. They have another Tiger tank that just got deployed. But yeah, Martini, you don't have as many men as I would like. Yeah, you don't even have frontline men. You're kind of just leaving up to the Obosudan Fatali, which Obosudan are getting a lot of kills. They have 17, 16, so about 33 respectively, which is very good. But we'll see what actually happens in a longer-term fight. A rifleman moving on up, trying to capture the territory. Nice kill overall. Jackson might be able to get a nice shot on that Tiger. We'll see, but the Sudan allowing sight on them. Jackson unable to see the Tiger in the distance. Su-85, though, could allow some sight. And lo and behold, it saw it and decided, nah, I'm going to go somewhere else. So very lucky they didn't get to see it. Pack gun moving on up, but again, has to worry about the mortars that have been harassing them. Left side being captured by riflemen. Mechanized building still alive. Need to repair it, but still alive. Double over cannon woofers, just lying in wait. Stuka coming in. Doing quite a bit of damage on that Jackson, so I'll give it that. 10 kills overall. 13 now. So I guess not too bad with the Stukas, but yeah, I don't think you needed a double Stuka. I think one would have been better, and you could have used that fuel to go to a King Tiger, or I don't know, something else. Because King Tiger would definitely do more damage. Special operations dropping some flares, allowing them to see what's going on. And maybe they could call it a strike. Nope, don't have enough munitions. So maybe a Stuka strike? Just a manual artillery strike to hurt the Jackson or something? I don't know. We'll see. Nope, can't do it at this rate. And it's going to take forever for you to be able to fire again. So yeah, it's just going to leave. It's like peace. Call me when you need me. If you see a Tiger. Now we have 2 recon planes, which means the Major got that 1, which means they probably saw the Tiger tank over here, which I'm assuming is going to lead to a bold strategy by the Allies, being like, okay, we're going to charge on forward. We're going to deal with those German bastards and push on through and win this game. Where's that priest firing? All right, the priest is firing over in this region, I assume. Which is not a... Nope, it's in the mechanized building. Never mind. Actually, smarter move. Knock out the support structure of the Germans. Good idea. Good idea. Tiger opening fire. Penal troops pushing on through. And oh boy, are they pushing on through. Oh, Sadat trying to hold him back. And wow, they're tearing him apart. And at least the smoke is making sure they can't throw the satchel. The Su-85 is just going point blank and opening fire. They need to do something. These wait. Where did the cannon woofers go? Oh, they went back to base heal. Never mind. I was like, did they die? Nope. Just going back to heal. Probably been nice to capture that. Okay, he's going back to capture the point. I was like, come on, man. 3 Su-85s. Unfortunately, the Allies are probably going to push back the Panther. And I would assume maybe even kill it if they all fire at once. Like a giant salt. What's the word I'm looking for? Volley. In sync. Something like that. Stuka lighting them up, though. We have artillery coming in. Oh, they're all in a row, too. And Stuka gets a nice little barrage, causing a bit of damage. Another Stuka coming in. More damage, in fact, on the Su-85. They should be Vet 1, I would assume, after all that. Yeah. You don't need kills. Damage also does a lot. It gets you a lot of points for veterancy. So, very nice job in that regard. It looks like you have some type of strike over here. Just a light artillery barrage. You're just going to walk away. Also, very surprised we don't see munition caches over here. Or fuel. I'll go with more munitions. But, again, you have the advantage. I would lay the foundation to keep pressing your advantage. Unfortunately, Stark lost a ton of infantry in that regard. So, yeah, he just lost most of his frontline fighting force. So they almost... Oh, my God. He loses that. Oh, there goes everything. And now you're leading with all the Su-85s, and this could be a huge detriment, because now you have nothing to stop the German infantry just rolling up and saying, hey, can I fire a Panzerfaust or Panzerstrike at you? Oh, cool, you don't care? That's great, thank you. Die. So that is something he really has to worry about. And now the Germans actually have more men. Barely. Well, they will once the Volk squads deploy. Then the Allies. So, yeah. Oh, nope. I'm sorry. Axis still have a small... Wow, Allies just gained a huge lead with not only a priest being deployed, but a Jackson as well. Now, if again I was him, I would have one priest move to this location and just start hitting this base. Just, why not? Just artillery it. Just cause as much damage as freaking possible. And that way, you can maybe kill the base under enough artillery fire, and maybe remove the mechanized building, or the heavy armor corps, something. I don't know. Anything. Germans doing a large counterattack. Cervic strike coming in, and should tear apart that infantry. Oh, so close. Can almost Sedan live? Yep, Cervic strike's going somewhere else, so I think it'll be okay. Stuka returning fire. I'm assuming he's going to hit the mortar. Let's see. Yep, but the building protects it for the most part. One guy died, but heck, that was actually a good protection. But that being said, with this, the way it came in, yep, he was able to get up to Vet 2 because doing damage to the armor. Now, how can the Germans counterattack and win? Again, right now, I would say press the infantry advantage. The Germans have more infantry than the Allies, and that's how the Allies were kind of winning in the beginning. They just have more infantry than the Germans, and able to slowly push them back. If the Germans can get more infantry and keep them alive, that's the big thing, keeping them alive. Wow, 62 kills, by the way, with the Opal Sedan. And Stuka Strike, damn, doing a lot of damage. Now up to Vet 2, so expect a lot more Stuka fire to be coming down on you guys, or the Allies in general. Right now, the Germans also have 2 victory points, which is huge. Nice idea with the S minefield, but unfortunately, with the firepower and everything, they're being detonated, and it's actually hurting your own guys, which is kind of hilarious. Panther moving on through. This, what, the 3rd one he's deployed? I think it's... I'm sorry, this one's been around before. How many of these has he deployed? I think 3, right? Because one died over here. I think... No, one fell back. After... Oh boy, I'm losing track. Well, that's what end game statistics are for. We have smoke coming down this vicinity. More artillery fire over here. Oh boy. At least you're clearing the minefield. Tried to take this point, but nope. Penal troops that I am assuming stolen your PTRS rifles have held the point. Congrats. Also, you keep wasting out a large artillery barrage. I don't know why you keep putting out infantry that will move. For a second there, I'm like, deep deployed somewhere else? Nope. So the infantry just walked away, artillery came down, and it came back. Yeah, really try to use it against stationary targets or immobilized targets, and that will really help you out in the long term. Tiger rolling up. We have artillery as well. Coming down just the stationary target. This one is firing, I'm assuming. Oh, nope, just killing this. Su-85s and then Jackson on standby to fight the armor, but they are moving up infantry to help clear out the penal tree. Wow, that was an amazing satchel. Really helped turn the tide. Yeah. Oh, there it goes. Nope, still alive somehow. Still alive. Unfortunately, tank destroyers trying to open fire on the almost done. Jesus Christ! I take back what I said about the Stukas. I like how he changed his goal. Like, instead of hitting the infantry, I'm just going to hit the armor. And that's where he's getting most of his infantry from. The Stuka just murdered the Su-85. So, very nice job on that part. And the Germans are slowly gaining a lead in just overall population. And could slowly gain just, maybe with that, gain a lead back over the cap points. Because right now the Allies are winning. Su-85s and Jackson moving on up, and we have a 3-star Su-85, so it's pretty damn good. And you need to fold that thing back. Moving back the pack gun as well. Middle still pretty much clear. On the right, Allies losing their advantage. Oh, Jesus. Priest doing close range fire. Seemed to work out pretty damn well. At least I think it did. Hold on. Where's the other priest? There it is. 13 kills. Still not that one. Alright, cool. But yeah, that's keeping it clear. That's actually a really smart plan with the priest. Just have it on a point and just like, okay, cool. Close quarters, light them up. And make sure they can't get it. Big allied push over here, and the Germans bring up the Tiger and the Panther to play defensive. Keep them out. And it looks like it might work. Su-85, unfortunately, I think was maybe hit by the Stuka. The Panther and Tiger are definitely opening fire. The Su-85s are hitting the Tiger. Knock that thing out. But we do have an Su-85 and a Jackson down with only a Tiger dead. So the Allies are definitely losing more overall than the Axis. Right now I'm assuming that's a fragmentation bomb coming in. There's it. There it is. There goes the engineer squad. That should stun the vehicle enough to allow the Panther to get the final kill in. The question is, can it escape before this AT gun? Nope, cannot. Murders it. So once again, there goes all of Martini's armor. Oh well, at least he fought, you know, pretty damn well. And he can probably deploy another one in a minute, so nice. Good job. What? Sternvik strike coming in, trying to push back the infantry. They can manage to kill the pack, and is at least suppressing Noble Sudan. So, there you go. Noble Sudan, though, do not give a fuck, and currently open fire on the penal troops, and push them back. Right now, Stark did lose a lot of his overall manpower, so I'm assuming, and just population, so I'm assuming he's just going to save up, and it's going to be a while before he can counterattack, because again, he has very little population, and a lot of men that has a lot of manpower, so yeah, he needs to stop losing men if he's going to try to hold out. Now, we have Metal Gear over here. He's doing a little bit better. Again, he currently has, well, now he's doubling down the artillery, which is a good and bad thing. He's only gotten about, what, 29 kills with the artillery? Which is not too bad, but that is 2 of them, where these Stukas have gotten, hold on. Okay, 21. Okay, so maybe not, but they've been actually hurting more vehicles, I would say. With how many vehicle kills? You got 1 vehicle kill over here and 0, but they've been just doing a lot of damage on there. Sternvik strike coming in. Is that a new color design, by the way? Hold on. I think that is. I think that Sternvik strike has a little like painted job, which is cool. I think that the plane also has a different customizable color. Anyway, it seems like the artillery's opening fire. Let's see where. We got some random shots. We got, oh, nice idea. Get a half-track to shoot down those planes. Okay, they keep calling it Sternvik strike, man. Alright, well, let's get AA. Oh, okay. Forgot about that. Would probably be helpful. Now, right now, the Germans are a bit in a pickle because they need to actually hold the command points. If they don't, they will probably lose this game. But we have a 4th Tiger? 3rd Tiger? We have a lot. This is like the umpteenth Tiger being deployed on the field. There was the first one. And, yeah, we'll see how well it does. Right now, I'd say the Germans are slowly pushing back the Allied infantry. But that being said, I see Martini having no frontline troops. So I'm like, okay, they're pretty much saying Fatali, I want you Opal Sudan, which, once again, let's double check on them. 70 kills now. Fight off all Allied frontline troops. Sure, you're going to have to really manage to use the Stuka strikes to help clear a lot more of the infantry. But hell, the Opal Sudans seem to be doing that job pretty damn well. So good for them. Good for them indeed. Now, on the flip side, Tiger rolling up. They are capturing the point barely. I was literally just about to say one mortar strike and say goodbye to that engineer squad. Oh, the Pioneer. Oh, the poor Pioneer squad. Tiger tank opening fire on the infantry. Again, the infantry could rush up and throw a bunch of satchels on it, but alas, I am assuming they want the Tiger to kind of be lured in so he can get a little bit closer on it and maybe have his allied armor taken out. But Tiger tank's like, yeah, I'm not going to chase you because that's a bad idea, and I don't blame him. Smoke being deployed now to capture the point. Special operations deploying flares so they can see the enemy Su-85s and where they are, just for perspective. Let me activate the fog of war if I can. And yeah, Batali can easily see it with the flares going out. Opal Sadat taking mid. Very cool indeed. We have artillery still coming down. Allies trying to hold on to their points. And if they can do that, they can win this game. It'll be close, but they'll be able to do it. Suga strike going out. Looks like we might have a crisscross. Managed to hit the building, but luckily the chimney's now destroyed. Suga coming down, knocking out the mortar and hurting a little bit of the AT gun. So mortar half-track, medhits maker. Oh, that mortar. Oh, so close. And now artillery's coming down. Actually, I think help kill his own men. So congratulations on that. Capture the point real quick. And I'll then also... Yeah, you're about to lose left as well. So overall, the Allies, while they have 1 point and the Germans are down by a severe amount in victory points, it doesn't matter as the Germans still able to hold on both the far left and far right. The artillery strike though just murdered a bunch of grenadiers, so I wouldn't expect it. Also, I do like how they opened up this passageway on the map, which makes it a lot easier for this command point instead of one, which was kind of annoying. Be like, okay, one passageway where the other side gets two. Kind of is annoying. Is the just simply put, it's annoying. Now we have a Command Panther being deployed. Not bad. Have it deployed and fight off the enemy. Could be very effective. We'll see. Unfortunately, they've lost again a lot of these special armored units, but heck, could be effective. We'll see if actually you can survive this time. Looks like oh wow, they actually have the half tracks opening fire on this. That's risky because the Su-85s could be like, I'm sorry, what are you doing? And just move up and take it out. But so far they're just hanging on back, not really caring. All right, now they're moving in and actually coming in from 3 different angles, which is actually pretty smart as well. Artillery coming in. And looks like one of the half tracks got taken out by artillery. Oh boy. Yeah, this will be the point where you want to move them. So I don't know, you don't get annihilated. But that's just me. Pack gun opening fire on the Su-85, and finally the Germans have a, I guess, oh, don't, why are you repositioning it? I was gonna say a clear-cut advantage until it didn't fire, and that didn't help it whatsoever. We have an Oswin now being deployed. I'm saying not Oswin, Brumbar. What am I saying? Tiger tank moving on up, helping push back the infantry. Down to 4 points, by the way, for the Germans. 3 points. The Allies just need to hold on a majority of the points. Now, they have nothing, so the Germans are going to stay at 3. Can the Allies hold? That's the question right now. And I'm very curious about that. With his Su-85s, he should be able to, again, continuously push back that armor. Suga coming in, once again, doing massive damage versus the armored unit. Both 3-star now, so both have really far range. And I'm assuming targeting... Oh my god. And that just won the game. Metal Gear just lost his entire infantry attack force. That just won it, right there. You got the Major gone, the ambulance, and I think 2 frontline assault hit divisions. Yeah. So the infantry is gone. Say goodbye to it. And without that infantry, they can't capture points. And without capturing points, Germans have this in the bag. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to fast forward because we are getting near the end. Managed to hold back here, and there's really not much action. And it's getting on about close to the hour mark, so I'm just going to try to wrap things up as it's very close. Smoke going down, but they're still holding up. Sudan pretty much holding all the capture points. They're well, with all 3 points going down, Allies need to counterattack hard, and it looks like they're about to. On the far left, they're trying to capture this point, which is a big choke point, which is a big issue. Having artillery opening fire here would be very effective, but unfortunately all your artillery was not ready. And yeah, you probably should have fought somewhere else that was more open. That probably would have helped. We have a half track still, I want to say. Nope, nope, we have 1. So half track could shoot some of them down. And now we have their own strafing run coming in. Looks like they managed to hold the point. It's funny because they didn't capture it. They're just running around. I'm assuming they're trying to get a satchel or something, maybe on the Tiger, but they're going the wrong way. Oh wow, they actually added a little. Okay, that's cool. That's very nice. Again, going around the back would have been better. I'm assuming a lighter artillery barrage here, but or not the artillery barrage, precision barrage there. But once again, they see it and they're like, cool, we'll capture it and walk out of the way. And the Germans currently still have all 3 points. Yeah, that Stuka bomb was the defining factor, so nice job. You did better with your Stukas over time. The first few shots, I'm like, but you started targeting the vehicles, got more veterancy, and got an excellent shot on the American forward observation base, the forward base with the Major and the ambulance. So, very nice. Su-85 trying to chase down Tiger. Tiger's going to escape. And right now, I think the Germans just won it. The Allies don't have enough for a major charge. They don't have the infantry. Stark's trying to rapidly get guys, but once again, I find it weird how you had penal troops, but you didn't want to get conscripts. And also, you didn't get the heavy mortars, which would have kind of helped, thinking about it, because again, they're heavy mortars. They just tear the enemy apart. Shock troops, you did at least a smoke. I like the smoke variant, but I feel like having some conscripts with AT grenades probably would have helped you out a little bit of just pinning off some of the armor a little better. You're doing really well against the armor overall, but they did manage to escape town again. And I'm just saying, crippling the engine would have helped, especially with AT grenades having the magical heat-seeking ability. With the satchel charge, you have to be a lot closer, so it's very unlikely you could have hit it if the Tiger was like pulling back full speed. But yeah, a lot of it was also fighting the infantry, and you probably would have had that if your forward base didn't get annihilated. Yeah, you're probably